love and happiness. Yeah.
Love and Happiness's mission is to help 1 million couples. Dr. Vandy and Barbara Colter are committed to reaching this goal. Love and Happiness has helped thousands over the years through their couples retreats. Host Central Florida TV show, Love and Happiness, has been syndicated in several states. Their happiness, the secrets to creating winning relationships, has helped singles and couples alike learn how to build better relationships. It's no surprise that the Colters are in high demand. Relationship subject matter experts featured on talk shows and national radio looking for real relationship talk. There's virtual retreats, social media platforms, Facebook live streams, and relationship masterclasses have put their mission to help 1 million couples in their sights. Dr. Vandy Colter, Ph.D., residential status in the American Association of Christian Counselors, has a virtual counseling practice that serves CEOs, pastors, entrepreneurs, individuals, and couples who want their relationship or good to great. Dr. Vandy has been featured on Fox, CBS, NBC, their national affiliates, and various media from his virtual counseling as a response to the relational health crisis during the COVID pandemic. Dr. Barbara Colter, real estate investor and serial entrepreneur, complements and contributes to what makes love and happiness the perfect talk and fun. Our motto is no one gets their happily ever after. They create their happily ever after. After the hurt, after the disappointment, you can still happiness is just what you need to have.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Happy Saturday.
Yes, happy Saturday. We are ready to roll, I believe. So, so I don't think you did. So why don't you tell everybody what we're doing while I
let me
change
see
the temperature.
Notes. Okay. So last week we talked about a couple things, what every woman needs in a relationship.
Yeah.
So we talked about 6 things. One was transparency. Well, 6 things, but 3 we covered: transparency, dependability, and security.
Okay.
And so this week we are going to explore 3.
Because to the start, but before we do, if everyone would be kind enough to just hit your share and feel free to tell us what you think a woman wants, that would be a big blessing to us and our ability.
And I did have dental surgery, so if I'm a little puffy, I had oral surgery. So if I'm a little puffy, it's because I still have stitches and they are just
Okay.
with that.
So with that in mind, you said that we're looking at
we're going to just talk about 3 things, which is what women need, what we need in relationships. And
so go ahead and start the first one. What's the
it's accountability.
In what way? Like what makes it?
Oftentimes I hear in discussions with women that they want their man to be accountable. Whether they're dating, engaged, or married, they want accountability. And which means, being responsible and willing to, accept the responsibility of just, how do I say? It's not about just them.
Okay.
It's about giving respect to their partner enough to be accountable for their actions. For example, when we were dating, you laid it all out. You weren't just.
I made myself accountable.
You made yourself accountable. I didn't have to ask you to.
But the one thing that I always try to balance is the moving parts that other couples may have to deal with and navigate. And what I'm saying is, what if the person who's looking for accountability, and it's just to kind of make it more general, what if the person who's looking for accountability has insecurity issues? And they're really saying, I want you to be accountable because I'm insecure. What do you say? How does that woman find balance where because if it's a woman, that's, and the man is feeling like, well, you're not really asking me to be accountable. You're asking me to fix your insecurity.
Well, no, it's not. Okay.
Just you're going to address that for a second before you pivot.
That is a truth where
Mm-hmm.
some people are expecting their partner to fix the insecurity that lies within them.
Mm-hmm.
But
so should he be accountable?
He should not be. No.
How would it help that woman? Is what I'm trying to.
It'll help ease her pain of the past. It'll help ease her mind so she can just begin to build a foundation of trust with him if he would just be accountable. But it's also not just your cell phone. It's also about spending money.
But before you do, because I think you touched on something that in terms of helping that person who's coming from maybe insecurity, what would you say if I say, would it help the person, meaning the woman? In this scenario, this is the way the woman's heart. But if the woman's heart has been like fractured and it's operating in its insecurity, would it help if the man is able to help her understand, or if she's willing to look within herself and realize and identify that, hey, this part of this need is my insecurity. Yes. Because that might help him not feel like you don't trust me, I'm trying, and take it personally.
Right. I think it'll help her, but she has to do. We all have to do self-diagnostics on ourselves. We have to know the good part of us, the ugly part of us, what makes us tick, it makes us who we are, our character. So it's all about self-development and self-growth to go, okay, this is why I need this from you because of my trauma. And just still then work on your trauma, work on yourself, work on your thought pattern, your old thought pattern to get a new thought processing or pattern. But that's 100%.
And it might be easier for the man if he knows you're really asking him to help or come to your aid and rescue your heart from the insecure place. Right. And you know what I mean? Yes. Whereas it doesn't have to feel like him feeling like the weight of the responsibility. Like, why are you doing this? I've been straight with you. Yeah, but to know that it's really her thing.
And it's kind of accountability across the board. I've known people who've been in relationships 16 years, 35 years, 20 years, 10 years, 3 years, and they don't know what their husband or boyfriend or boo, you living together or whatever your common law marriage, you don't know what they make. You don't know how much they bring into the house. You don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of tough.
It's still accountability. I've heard from women who are, just everyday women. Doesn't matter if they, living with somebody, not living with somebody. You call yourself building a relationship with someone, and they're not accountable. Not just, here's my cell phone, here's my password.
Transparent, like you said earlier. The transparency in the accountability is the game changer.
Yeah. So why do you think why do you think some men don't want to be accountable? Let's go over there versus it's the woman's insecurity. What do you think about men who don't want to be accountable?
Fair pivot.
They're shacking, they got a kid or two. Okay. They're playing house, they got a kid or two or a couple more, but they don't want to marry. They don't want to be accountable with the money.
I'll go a step further. There are married couples where there lacks accountability. So they don't have to be shacking. My wife knows I'm always looking at that word like it just cohabitating, whatever. But yeah, if we're going to start a shop right now.
I don't apologize for being 50 and raised in the 70s. Okay, it was called shacking, and it's still that's what it is.
I didn't go to church growing up, so I guess it's not my thing.
Over 40.
So anyway, I just made that, so I think I'm still one that contradicts that theory. But what I'm saying is, your statement is to those who are cohabitating. I'm saying there's marriages where there lacks accountability, and the woman doesn't know what the husband makes, all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of your question was, what should he? Why isn't he?
Yeah, why sometimes men, like the woman will tell the man everything. Okay, I make this, here we go. But he's all like, I don't want to tell you what I make. You only don't know what's in my bank account. Why?
Two separate accounts, two separate lives in the same relationship. It could be a few things, but usually the crazy thing in my thing in my estimation. Well, hello, Auntie.
Hi,
Auntie. And hey, Sharon, I see you.
Hi, Sharon.
The crazy thing I was going to say is that it usually comes off when a man isn't interested in being accountable. It comes off like you pressing me. But the reality is oftentimes he has his own trust issues, and he may not trust. Okay, so there's a whole other topic I want to talk about at some point with your points you bring up in a different conversation of love and happiness about trust. Okay. So I don't even want to kind of get too heavy in trust today, because I think we can spend a whole 30 minutes on that effectively. So what I'll say is, if he doesn't trust either the quality of the relationship, the individual themselves, meaning I don't know if I can trust you to be responsible, meaning a lot of times men have given their woman access to the finances that they're laboring for, only to come back and see it's been mismanaged. So they come back and she done went and been irresponsible about spending the money. So he feels the only way to stop that pain point is to separate it. So what do you say? What do you say? No, because before you jump to the opposite side of that, I'm asking you to stand on that truth in that scenario, that if she has been just, charged it, and she's charging everything, and then he's sitting there like, whoa, where are all these bills coming from that are connected to us, meaning it's also on me, but we never talk about these purchases. We don't agree on these purchases. You just came in, beep, beep, got a new car, and he's like, whoa, you know what I mean?
I know
or you just do your own thing, but he's gonna feel the only way to survive is I gotta move my economics separate. It's either that or me completely separate. So in that scenario, what is she to do if she realizes or doesn't realize that, it's behavior stuff that's creating this like wedge where he's not trusting. It's a trust issue that isn't easily resolved, because it might have happened 7 years ago, but to him, it's still yesterday.
So that is a truth that does happen, but it's all about him using his words and saying, this is why I'm not willing to be accountable with my money, because you have done some things in the past.
And she says, so that's the past.
No.
I'm just playing out with it. She says, so that's the past.
But
she said the past is the past. Why are you bringing it up?
Okay, if it's in the past, she should have fruit or evidence of change, of no longer doing it. Because in the past, he may have done some stuff to her or in the relationship that caused a little riffle. But if people can talk a good talk, but where's your fruit? Let me see your actions. Let them by their fruit. Have you changed? Let me see the change.
So I will offer.
More men
in addition
do not
to that,
want to be accountable in relationships than women.
No, I won't argue that. I'll say to offer an additional kind of step towards kind of a path to build a bridge that right now they're on two separate platforms of perspective. One person is looking at it like it might have happened in the past, but how do I stop it from being a cycle? I keep my money separate. And the other person looking at it like, give me another shot if you could just follow this out. What I'm saying is maybe they can consider, it starts with the first person agreeing that making purchases without the other person's being on board is an unacceptable option. To me, it's a non-starter if a couple is trying to find a way to start being transparent and showing accountability with their finances. It's a non-starter if it first doesn't start with recognizing we both have to have this agreement in place that no purchases beyond, and you can do it like, when I worked with the city in Jersey, there were procurement, kind of where if it's over a certain amount, it needed certain signatures, that kind of stuff. Maybe it looks like that, where they say, before anything over $300 or anything over 500, anything over 1,000, depending on what your income pain point is, you could say, we got to talk about it. Yeah. And if the person is saying okay to that, I think that's a step. At least that's what I think. I'd love to hear what other people think. I think that's a step towards trying to rebuild the bridge that trust was broken in, or in this case, the accountability was broken in because he happened to get the bill 6 months or 6 weeks later. Like, what's this new bill? And So what do you think?
I think that's Amazing. I think that's awesome. That was well said. And, but a lot of people in the state that a lot of relationships find themselves in, there has to be a certain level of maturity to even know how to diagnose that problem in your relationship or give a solution to that, in a relationship. So that's a good one.
All right. So then what else?
Another one I've heard a lot of women talk about is loyalty. And loyalty, because, and I'll give an example about, being loyal to your favorite fan team. Like my husband is LeBron James all the way.
Team LeBron.
And here's the thing, it's not what team he's on, it's him. Because he was in Cleveland, he was in Miami, now the Lakers. So it's not about what, it's about him. So, and also another example of how a man loves his dog, his best friend. He says, so, or his homeboys or whatever he's loyal to. It can be, whatever. But women want that same type of loyalty from their partner.
I agree.
And sometimes it doesn't happen. It's like, they say, and this is dating or, it could be engaged or married.
She said engaged or shocking.
But the loyalty is not there. And why do you think that is?
So let's unpack it for a second.
All right.
Let's unpack
it. And it's him. It's him. It's not that she's.
Why is it always him?
Because what women want men to. Okay.
Okay. All right. So I'll phrase it from the aiming objective to help him. Be more loyal
to her.
Not
his puppy, his dog, his boys.
Right. So here's some of the moving parts about loyalty. The first thing, this is where it gets weird fast. When the woman is asking the man for
she's loyal.
For loyalty. Okay, in this
she's
case,
all in. We all in.
She is perfect.
Day one, we all in the relationship.
In this scenario, she is sinless. Okay, she is without fault. In this scenario, this woman is loyal, ride and die, take a bullet for her man.
She would.
Yeah, right. We know that one. So she's ride or die, right? In this scenario, the woman is, I'm just gonna work with you. And he has some divided loyalty, some split loyalty, some loyalties that are maybe to friends, maybe to, family, maybe to circumstances. Okay. So the first thing to realize is that loyalty in and of itself is a tremendously strong feeling. So before she engages to try to fight the split loyalty, before she engages in that, she needs to look at it like, I'm getting ready to fight Goliath. Because when you think of loyalty, people who are loyal to their country will die for it. People
military families, y'all know that's true.
People who are loyal to a cause will give their life to it. So loyalty by itself is rooted in strong emotion. Okay, it's not based on people who die for their country don't know a whole lot about their country.
Sure don't.
Okay, now people who will die for another person, take a bullet, they don't know a whole lot about that person. It's the cause that is usually bigger than the person. So if she's going to try to say to him, hey, you know what, I got some things that we got to fix about the loyalty and blah, blah, blah. It's important that she first realizes I'm getting ready to face a Goliath, because if he's split loyal, if his loyalties are split, maybe you say, well, I don't like that friend you had when I met you, because that friend is into something else. So that friend got a different objective. Then like if she doesn't understand that there is some reason to that loyalty, that there is some reason that person has given that emotion over to say, this person I trust.
But she wants that.
I understand, but she can't get it by trying to make him make a decision. Because he'll either lie to her or he'll choose the stronger emotion.
Right.
Okay. So what it needs to look like is she helps him understand the value in shifting the trust, but also the devalue in having split loyalty. Because if it's split, then it's less. And if she can help him understand that I'm not trying to tell you to forget, because loyalty is also based on past experiences. Mm-hmm. So if when you see a crew of people together and ride or die, whatever, it's not just philosophical, it's not just core values, but usually there's some experiences. I gotta stick with them because they did this for me. Right. They were there for me when I couldn't. Right. And then here you come saying, stop being loyal.
Gangs, right?
Stop being loyal. And they're like, no, I'm not going to stop being loyal. Well, it's like, no, I'm not ready to stop being loyal. So she has to first realize that it's almost not just uphill, but it's almost unfair to fight that fight with just you better not.
Because I have your baby. I have your kids. We shack it. We do, we in it. I'm 100% in. Why can't you be? Yep. Wow.
So because the person is going to feel like if I pick you, I'm betraying them. And if I stick with you, I'm betraying you. So there's this strong emotion, no matter what side you look at it from. So what were you gonna ask me?
So how do the women who actually want this from their man, in a nutshell, just to carve it in a nutshell, put it in 3 short words. Okay. How do she
the first thing is, in my estimation, is she would need to help him identify he has split loyalties. Okay, you'd have to help your mate identify it first, because I believe you can't conquer what you can't see.
Without being argumentative, because a lot of times men, they will shut down, or women will shut down. Human will shut down if they're feeling attacked.
Yeah. So it has to be like, I don't know if, so if we're role playing it out, I don't know if you realize that sometimes you seem to be kind of splitting your loyalty.
Our daughter's calling us on the phone like, hello? What is she doing?
She just got back on campus, so her clock is on. But what I'm saying is sometimes it could look like just being able to identify it first by saying, I don't know if you realize that I seem to be making you feel like you have to pick a side, that your loyalty seems to be divided. And then reassure him, I really just want us to be together. I'm not asking you to forget whatever so-and-so did for you. I'm just asking you to come onto my side and let's be, one team, team us type stuff, right? And then if he starts to really feel like, it's team us, then she could say, okay, then while we're working on developing team us, in those moments that it looks like your loyalty shifted out of pocket towards the other person, is it okay if we just talk about that? In particular, talk about how that makes me feel. So I can just try to make you aware that instead of me reacting to the loyal or disloyal feeling, I can simply say, right now I feel left out. Right now I feel like.
But people, again, that's deep. That's really good information. But people have got to be, self-aware, awoke, and can be able to diagnose what they're going through, what their emotion, and how these actions are making them feel. You have to be able to articulate that. It's like, and the next. It's just incredible. But the next thing is almost like a cousin to loyalty. It's commitment, which means to make a pledge for something, to be committed.
You got like 5 minutes.
Okay, so commitment. Women, the number, I think that's the number one thing. Okay. We want a commitment. Okay. Especially, doesn't matter what age.
Commitment in the relationship?
Women. Yes. From the
so wait. So let's work backwards, because, word association, if I say cup, you see King's Cup. I want to make sure we're saying the same thing. When you say commitment, are you saying the woman wanting marriage, or are you saying in the marriage a true commitment? Because they're 2 different things.
Okay, for the young women, or not just young, for the women that I just said, not just for the young, but I think before we can even, we gotta address the single women who want commitment from who want the marriage.
I wish I had a mix to just throw music in when she said, I'd right there just dropped all the single ladies.
A lot of women, they, especially when you get that, that 30 age, that 50, like, whoa, I am not married yet, or yes, I am, I'm waiting. I've had a lot of, that age, that 30-ish age or 40, whatever.
Oh,
they want to be committed.
Oh, when they're ready.
They're sick of shacking. They're sick of dating. They're sick of, I told you from the jump.
Girl, I wasn't looking to cohabitate. You ain't have to tell me. She's talking about, I told you, like I said, girl, let's just move in for a minute.
No. I was getting right there on our first date. When I was interviewing you, when I was interviewing you for the position.
Stop it.
Okay.
Stop
I was like,
it.
listen, I'm too old today. I'm 29 years old. I'm too old today. I'm looking for a husband. So I was upfront with what I was looking for. I was clearly,
Hands up.
I was clear about what I needed, what I wanted. So,
yes, and so was I. We were both clear. Really? And your point is what?
A lot of women.
When you say that, it almost implies I was in the midst and you had to straighten your boy out.
What I'm saying is, I knew what I wanted, so I knew I wasn't going to settle for less. My mouth hurts. It's the anesthesia still, and the
so the commitment we're talking about, just to circle back. They want a marriage.
Yes.
They want to know that it's going somewhere.
Right.
They want substance. They want something that's solid that they can stand on, not flighty to see what happens. So okay, so she wants that. But is she willing to walk away if it's clear he's not ready?
No, she ain't. No.
Is she willing to wait? Look at it like the old game show. Behind door number 1, then they show you, and then behind door number 2 is a mystery. You don't know what's behind door. It could be your Boaz. It could be 12 years of loneliness. It could be another bozo. So what does she do if what's in front of her isn't really giving her what she needs and she's been patient? Does she trust God and say, trust the process and restart with the uncertainty that now I just gave 6-7 years?
But that's a problem. That's a problem, ladies. We can't.
But let's talk about if it's happened. Because I'm talking about the person hit by the car and you telling everybody stay on the curve. And I'm saying if they hit by the car, that person's in the street. They need care. So that person, what's up? What you telling her?
I'm telling her.
Is she going to take that risk, in your opinion? Or is she going to just say, look, we got to fix this. We got to work on this.
You can, that person should not talk to him any longer because you are wasting your air. Trust me, here's the thing. My grandma used to always say, why buy the cow when you get the milk for free? So if he's not willing to give you a commitment, why are you wasting your years, your strength, your everything, your essence on someone who, he's showing you who he is by not committing to you. And if you give him an ultimatum, men don't like ultimatums.
Sharon said run.
Yeah, men do not like ultimatums. So
here's where
love yourself more.
All right, so ladies, as a man, all right, this is where, like, I always try to tell women, like, don't learn about men in a women's magazine with women who wrote the article. This is what a man wants to eat, or this is how a man wants. Listen to men. So if you have brothers who are, kind of wise enough, or people, get it from men. Here's where women miss opportunity. A lot of times, we got like 2 minutes left, so I'm gonna summarize this real quick. A lot of times, when I first, being from New York, we haggle and we go on into Manhattan to purchase, and it's all a haggle. They say, I got this mouse right here. This mouse is $40. And then I would say, yo, check this out, son. I'll give you 12 for it right now, cash. Then he says, man, I can't do it for less than 15. Man, I got 7 though. I tell you what, I'll give you like 12 right now. Just 12 right now. I'm ready to walk. And so when I took my wife to get clothing, leather coats and stuff, the first thing I had to school her on is, look, be ready to walk away.
And I didn't want
you have to be ready, because if they don't discern, I could take it or leave it.
That's true.
They will not reduce that. They won't give you what you're asking. So in the relationship, if the woman, even let's say she has 6-7 years invested, she's going to have a conversation that says, unfortunately, and she's got to be willing. You can't try to do this through manipulation. This has to be through a decision.
Right.
Like, I want you and I want this to work. I can't give another 2 years or 3 years to uncertainty. And then you pivot. And then 3 weeks later, after meeting someone else, y'all engage.
Yep.
I can't. So this is the standard. This is what I need. I'll give you a little time to think about what I need. But if you can't meet my need, I'm unfortunately going to say this isn't the relationship for me. But when you say that, you can't say it with attitude, seasoning, and hot sauce, because then they're going to respond to the, ooh, that's hot. Ooh, I don't like your attitude. No, you want to say that real calm, real loving, real clear. Like, listen, you just need to hear my heart. I can't. And they got to believe, man, I'm about to lose the best thing that happened to me. And then they'll start to change their perspective, or they'll say, all right, bye-bye. And you got to be like, well, thank you for wasting the past, but you're not getting ready to waste my future.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's excellent. Well said. A lot of women are not willing to do that because of their own insecurity, thinking that, I don't.
Too much time.
Right. And then I think it's like they feel like they can't.
Bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. They can't get another
like I'm
one.
Too old, or
yeah.
Hopefully one day he'll change. No, he's not.
He could, but you have to change. If you change, everything
changes. Right.
If you change, everything changes. So if you are willing to let him stretch you out, don't get mad at him for stretching you out.
Right.
But if you change and say, I can't do it this way, I want to do it with you. This is what I need. Help me by meeting my needs. Right. You can be in the discovery zone and find out what you're working with. And if you're not working with nothing, wouldn't you rather know that now?
I think deep down inside,
they don't.
Women,
they don't want to know.
They know. We know.
But if you don't give him a chance, we're
willing to settle.
True.
Women are women.
But he may be doing what you're letting him get away with.
Yes.
Because people will, you tell people how to treat them. That's right. So if you telling them how to treat you by accepting, no commitment or not
being accountable, not being transparent.
You can't get mad.
Everything we just discussed the last 2 weeks.
You can't get mad if they don't rise.
Yeah.
But when you see that scenario, he's with you 6 years, no ring. 2 months later, he's with someone else, and now they're engaged and about to get married.
Because she had standards. She had standards, and she was not letting nothing.
There you go. And women, you have the power to pull a man up.
Yep.
You have the power. They say behind every man is a strong man is a great woman, whatever the saying like that. They ought to have a saying that every woman can bring a man up. You can bring a man up.
Or you can cause them to be brought down, because if you allow them to mistreat you in those areas, you're giving them passes. Okay, it's okay to walk on me. It's okay. Yeah,
but he's not going down in that. You are.
Well, yeah, that's true.
He's not going down. What I'm saying is you have the power to bring him up. If you pull that man down, you're probably going to lose him. I was waiting for you to go there. You got the power to pull him down. I'm like, if he can't be a king with you, he's gonna be a king with somebody else.
That's right.
So if you're gonna pull him down, just know that you probably pulling him down so he can leave. Yeah. But you have the power to bring him up. And the key is to let him see how much it means to you, because we really want to rescue your heart. We want to help. We want to love you. So if we love you and you say this is how you can love me better in the ways we can hear it, it can help him, get a job if he never had a job. It can make him be kinder if he was harsh. It can help. Make sense?
Makes sense.
All right, we done. We out. A few minutes over, but prayerfully, this was really something that can help you just kind of navigate this area to get to the woman's heart. If you're a man, and
ladies, what you really should just be honest with from the very beginning.
Absolutely. So I don't know what we're talking about next week, but I'm sure it's going to be powerful.
It's always good.
All right, we'll see y'all later.